Quick heads up, if you haven't watched one before watching this, which why would you click on this if you haven't watched one? But if you haven't watched one before watching this, please watch one because none of this will make any sense at all unless you've watched one. Okay, thank you. Enjoy. Okay, so first of all, I don't have a script for this, so most of this is improv. But you know how everybody hates the one climax and thinks it's very the series finale, and how everybody thinks it's very anticlimactic and horrible? Well, I'm here to prove everybody they're wrong because it's not. The one thing I can bring up is again is if any of you have seen The Dark Knight, which I have recently watched, the Joker's backstory is like a multiple choice. I can kind of bring that up for the one ending because the whole thing about the one ending is once it ends, you get to make it up how you want it to end because it leaves you on like a giant cliffhanger. Here, let me put it on. So we start off with everybody trying to get the little plug out from Ares' plane and screaming, which I didn't really like. And they do it and they do it and they continue doing it until Amelia, the yoga instructor, the one who's supposed to be calm, screams and pulls harder than ever and throws it out. And then they all relax for a couple seconds, and then the plug comes back down, and then everything turns back on, and they're back there. And then Amelia starts crying because she was about to get freedom, and then yippee, back to square one, whee! And then everybody just has a little bit of distress, and then it fades, and it cuts to Liam sleeping because I forgot what happened in 17, and then Ari comes in and is like, "Hey Liam, I'm gonna go cut some wood. Yay!" I'm gonna refer to Ari from now on as Lamplight because that's kind of what he is. And then Ari goes to cut the wood, whereas Liam wakes up, and Liam's a little curious this morning. So Liam looks around, and since he's bored, again, he's a little curious this morning. He walks into where the computer is and where he's putting all the contestants. And then he realizes on the computer that he realizes that the contestants are on the plane, and he's trying to say, "Hey guys, it's me, Liam, it's me, Liam." So he goes onto the computer because they can't hear him, and he realizes something. So he realizes Charlie's mom is there, and he is shocked. So he continues going on, and he's like, "No, no," and then there's Parker stalking, and then the final nail in the coffin, is when he sees his best friend Owen on there, and then as Lamplight is cutting the wood, Liam gets angry and then kicks him down, and is like, "Why are all those people on there? What the heck? What the?" And I really like it because you get to see just the amount of pain that Lamplight is trying to put through everybody, and Lamplight's just there like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to anger you." He's just there, and I love him because he has such good intentions, but like everything he does is so wrong. Like again, kidnapping people, but he has such good intentions though doing it. And then Liam continues yelling at him, and he's like, "Well, you guys were really good contestants, and I wanted to bring some of your friends in because they know you." And then that's really what draws the line for Liam. And then he gets out the axe, and then there's this big fight scene of him trying to kill Ari. And I love it because it just shows how much Liam hates this person. And then he's about to pin him down, and then he misses. And then Aries just like, "Can I have my axe back, please?" Because Aries not trying to hurt Liam. And then Liam goes in to kill him with the final shot, and then he breaks down the tree, which then crushes his leg. And then Liam fades out, and Ares like, oh, even though this guy was about to kill me, I'm really nice. So I'm going to give him a cast, and I'm going to bring him back to his home in this universe. So he takes the thing off. He takes the giant log off, and then he looks at the damage done to his leg, which it looks flat as a pancake, and he brings him to the little home he made for him and onto the bed. And they start making a wooden cast, which we saw at the start of the series. And then he puts music with a cassette tape, which I don't know why, and he has a crutch for him. And then Ares just like, okay, bye now. And then he's walking there, and he's just realizing, the beauty of life, kind of. And he's also realizing how much pain he's caused to Liam, how much stuff he's done. And, he's just looking at there like, oh darn. I really shouldn't have done that stuff. And as he's walking by, he gets distracted with all his thoughts, and bang! And then bang, he falls off and breaks and dies. Presumably forever, because, in this, you don't really get to see him come back. And that fades out, and it comes back to Liam. And I love that scene because of the amount of stuff it shows with the amount of pain that Ares given to Liam, and how much Liam just wants him dead, and how much he hates Liam. And how much Liam hates Ares. And it's amazing. There's so much emotion in that, and the whole thing is I love how Ares is, and this is why I think he has good intentions, because even though this guy just tried to kill him, he takes him back and, gives him a cast. Sadly, it's a wooden one, but still. And I just love it, because Ares just, this man tried to kill Ares, and and I should say Lamplight, and Lamplight over here is just, coming in clutch, and then he dies, which you wouldn't expect to happen, because it's Lamplight, and, it's the series climax, and not many series kill off their main villain in the climax or anything. They normally just add them into jail, and they're like, yay, they're gone forever! So then Liam wakes up from his little faint from breaking his leg, and he realizes, oh, I'm in a crutch. Jeez, this isn't the best. And he's looking around his surroundings, and he's like, oh, yeah, there's a cassette player there. So he puts in the cassette, and then you get a nice... And he puts in the cassette, which is timed perfectly, and you get this nice song that I'm not going to play in fear of copyright. And, he's just realizing, darn... And then you get to see how Lamplight originally died before he did one. And he appears here. And it's like, oh, dang. What the heck is this place? I'm here now. And then he goes through the radio. And then he finds this place, as he said, which he didn't want to leave. Because, there's no... Because he didn't want to risk losing it. And you can tell, before I originally thought this was... him being reincarnated again, but this is originally what happened. How he started one and everything. So that's presumably that he's dead forever. So he's here, and it shows all the built up stuff with the music in the background, and him building the account, and then you see him with the plane in his hand. And then he plugs it in, and he decides to, see if he can bring somebody there. And then he ends up doing it, and then he realizes the person's like, what? I'm confused. And then, that's where he says they're in a game show. And then you get this nice little credit of created by Cheesy HFJ that we're going to skip over. And then you get Liam coming out of the little cabin, and he's like, oh, darn, Ares not here. Where's Ares? I want to go kill him. And then he notices that his little hat is there, and he's like, yes, let's go. And you can see the look in his eyes that he's a little mad at Ares, and he's a little happy. And then we get Amelia and Bryce, and they're in their morning. and you get that, and then you get everybody else there mourning. And, you get the sky because why not? And then more of the sky, and then it goes back to more credits, which I love. So then, we get him opening the computer, and he realizes the computer is dead, which means he's all by himself for the rest of his life now. And he closes it, and he's like, darn, boy, I'm kind of alone. And I hate being alone. No, I hate being alone. And then he comes in here, and then, he knows his friends are there, so he looks at them, and he sees them mourning, and he tries to, like, get them out of there somehow. And yeah, for all we know, he doesn't. And then more credit. And then we get Ari just looking around like, oh, oh, darn. And then I'm guessing this is what happened to Ari after he died, and I'm guessing Liam regenerated Ari, and Liam's walking around like, because you see Ari's here now, so that means Ari's in 1. And Liam's like, huh. And then that's the end of 1. Woo! So the reason why I really like that is because after that, you can really, since it leaves you on a cliffhanger like that, you can imagine, like, it's up to your interpretation and how it ends. Because, you get to, because you don't really get an actual ending, which I love, because if you want Ari to die, Ari dies in your mind. If you want Ari to meet, like, his nieces and nephews, if he does have any of them, which I doubt because he's, like, over 100 years old, or if he has, like, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, that happens, but Ari doesn't sound like you would have great-grandchildren, but if you want Ari to come home and all that stuff, that could happen in your mind. If you want everybody to die and everybody is stuck there forever, then that could happen. It depends on it depends on if you have a sick mind or not. It depends on how you want it to end. Now, if you're the one who wants everybody to die, you're sick. You have a sick mind. You're sick. Get help. Get help, because you most likely have anger issues. But if you want something else to happen, then, it's all up to your interpretation. And I love it. I love it so much. And that's why I don't think it's very anticlimactic. And I hate everybody who's, like yelling, oh my god, it was so anticlimactic, I hated it. And to the point where Cheesy HFJ, the creator of all of this, had to apologize for the ending. That is actually probably the best ending to anything I've seen. Because, again, you get to choose your own ending. Because then it makes it more close to you and everything. Now, if you really do want, like, an official enough, if you want an actual ending, then search up some of the fan endings people have made. Like, one where you get kind of a whole episode. It kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger, but you know where it's going to go because Liam manages to, like, hook it up, and he says, hey guys, it's me, Liam. And then everybody's like, Liam? And he's like, yeah, I'm here now. Ari's dead. Ari's gone. Ari's dead. He's dead forever. But I'm gonna find a way to bring you all back home now. Yay! And then it ends on that, which, if you want that, then you want that. If you want to be lazy and not make up one, you can do that. But if you want to make up one again, So that's why I think the one ending is not anticlimactic. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Goodbye. Okay, so before we leave, I want to announce some very amazing stuff. First of all, we're almost at 90 subscribers, which plus 10 is close to 100. And the thing I want to say is if you like and subscribe right now, when we hit 100 subscribers. You probably all know I do animations. When we hit 100 subscribers, we're making the Ben Show movie. Or we're going to start working on it more. It's not we're going to release it then, because currently I'm working on the script, but we're going to start getting voice actors, everything. And it'll be really fun and everything. And it will be released as the 100 subscriber special. And also, we are having a Roblox giveaway at 100 subscribers. I know I have to do like that fake exciting voice right now for that, but still, I cannot express my love for all of you that have sticked around since the beginning when I was doing my story time animations, you know, which honestly I couldn't do now. My life is not as interesting. It's just sit down animate all day. And also, AFOS two is. I'm sorry for it taking so long, but the reason why it is because, as I've said, I'm learning Adobe Animate because Adobe Animate is a little hard to do when you're used to Flip a Clip, and Family Gathering for the Ben Show might come out not that soon because again it's taking a backseat and I cannot get back to Flip a Clip animation after doing Adobe Animate because Adobe Animate is so much easier kind of to create longer animations, and on Flip a Clip like it was so repetitive that I can't even do it now and I hate doing it now. So thank you. Goodbye. Yeah.